Thank you very much, fellow Africans, and welcome to today's episode of the Change for African campaign. And so, fellow Africans, today being on Friday, won't take much of your time because it's on a Good Friday and a Good Friday to you. And so, fellow Africans, today being about climate change because it's on Friday, our pillar number 5 of the Change for African campaign, I'll be focusing on the UNSG goal number 15. I've never spoken about this. It's all about life on land. The goals like that, life on land. But then I'm focusing on target number 15.3, all about to combat desertification, restore degraded land, and also things to do the soil, soil, restore degraded land and soil, perhaps to do the soil erosion. So, fellow Africans, when it comes to climate change, there's a very big discussion when it comes to climate change when it's directly connected to things to desertification, land degradation, and also soil degradation. Why? In the African context, remember, Africa is the most hit continent when it comes to matters of climate change. So you find that the severe or the ravaging effects of climate change, when they come, they hugely or they come with a high intensity and hit Africa. So, fellow Africans, speaking about this, it is an issue that we need to take this. This is our obligatory concern to make sure that things do desertification, because when we do desertification, we are now resulting, or we are escalating the situation of the ravaging effects of climate change. Remember, desertification is all about cutting the trees down without their replacement. So this one will come to the effect. How do the effect replicate in terms of now? Once we cut the trees, remember, trees are part of the thing that attract rainfall. Now we are cutting short of the rainfall patterns in our region. Number two, trees are also anchors in terms of soil erosion. They do, anchor the soil, So when you cut the trees, it means that you're loosening the soil. And so when the soil erosion comes, it easily erodes and the fertile land goes. And that is now where the effects of also things to the with food production. There's a goal about what do you call about responsible consumption and production. So that goal is also now crippled when you do that. So there is an obligation concern, because this one is now relating to the issues of soil erosion, land degradation, directly related to desertification. So as Africa, we need to take that initiative of making sure that instead of doing that desertification, we are part of the community and the environmental rescue. We rescue the environment in terms of we can plant trees, we can plant cover crops that can be able to sustain our soils and just cut out things to the soil erosion, because we can do that as an African continent. So combating that calls for a very huge workforce, and lucky enough, we have the workforce. Africa is a land whereby over 60% of the population, these are young minds, and so meaning we have enough population that can be able to carry out such operations. So this Friday about climate change, this is an issue that are affecting us. Remember, the climate change comes with a very huge impact, because when it comes to, sometimes we see the unpredictable rainfall patterns. When they come, we have floods. They do displace people, or we have the prolonged droughts in some areas of Africa. What do? We now it leads to no food and very much things, no water and such situation. So we have we still have a lot of work to do as a continent of Africa to be able to make sure that we do, look on ways on how we can combat the ravaging effects of climate change. That is by making sure that we do not be part of, we do not practice desertification, because desertification comes with a I think I had error somewhere, but then desertification is an issue whereby people are cutting down the trees, meaning we have desert places that are coming up to be very huge because they have no trees, because trees lead to that attraction of rainfall. So it is an obligatory concern for us to see on how we can preserve our climate, because Earth is the only planet. And remember, we are Africans, and Africa is our business. We are the most hit continent. Let us not be part or that continues to make Africa to remain in a limbo state, in a state whereby we are the most hit continent. Thank you, and have an interesting afternoon. Good Friday.